Hey guys, AJ here, back with another one for you. So guys, we're going to do some non-TCAP related stuff today. And guys, this guy came up during one of my lives, and I got to do a series of videos on this guy. This guy's name is Ralph Shortey, is his name. And he was a state senator from Oklahoma. And he got busted with underage boys. Now guys, I have the interrogation, right? And we'll do that in parts. But let's get to know who Ralph Shortey is. Okay? So I have a couple news stories here. We're going to jump into these guys. But before we do, please remember to like, subscribe, drop a comment. It really helps keep this channel going. And check the community tab for the lives. I usually try and go live Tuesdays and Thursday evenings at 6. Join the Discord, guys. I drop the Discord link during the lives. And yeah, guys, Ralph Shortey, guys, nothing pisses me off more than a public servant. Doing this is bad enough, but a person that we give the public trust to, right? A cop, a firefighter, military guy, politician, right? They're supposed to be held to a higher standard. And the fact that these scumbags are doing this, it just pisses me off so much, right? And it's become like a cliche at this point because it happens so often that these perverts are in office and they get caught doing this. So let's just look at this here real fast. Let's go.
Well, Paul and Jess, just a little bit earlier this evening, more police released this body camera video. In it, you can see and hear police ask the now disgraced former state senator, "What are you doing in a motel room with an underage boy?"
Oops.
Yeah, because you have a juvenile in your hotel room.
Oh.
March 9th, 2017.
Oh, they caught him red-handed, guys. They caught him red-handed. And who wants to bet that he's behind the door like, shh, be quiet. And maybe they'll go away.
More police at the motel room door of former state senator Ralph Shortey.
Come out before you get me worried. Show me your hands.
Okay. I'm sorry, guys. You're kind of freaking me out a little bit.
Yeah, that's what we do. He's 17.
Shortey tells the officers that he was just helping the teen as a mentor.
Oh, of course, guys. I wonder if Chris Hansen's here somewhere, or if he's channeling Hansen versus Predator. Because, of course, I was just trying to mentor the young boy. I was just trying to, be like a big brother.
We were just hanging out and talking about life and stuff, and couldn't graduate high school, and he was trying to help him get his life on the track.
He tells officers that the juvenile is the one who brought the marijuana to the motel.
Getting high with a young kid, whatever.
Oh, and this is in Oklahoma, guys. So for those of you guys who might not live in the States, there's some states. Okay, so marijuana is not legal federally in the United States, but it's legal in some states. So like New York, Maryland, Washington State, California. So you could possess marijuana there, but there's states like Oklahoma, all these conservative states, that's not happening. You know what I'm saying? And he's a senator too. So he was actually a senator at the time, and he's married and he has like 3 kids.
Is a bad idea.
But just weeks before this body camera video, Ralph Shortey told me this about doing drugs.
You should not be doing them in front of minor children.
Shortey admits
You fucking hypocrite piece of trash. Oh, man. All right, kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs in front of children. As he gets caught smoking weed and trying to bang an underage child. This guy's a piece of trash, guys. Oh, my gosh. What a winner. What an absolute winner.
driving the teen to the motel and chatting with him under a fake name.
Yeah, you can shut the door. You're good. We're done.
Now, Shortey was not taken into custody. He was not arrested that night.
What? He was not taken into custody that night. What, guys? Oh, no. Guys, do you think that if he wasn't a senator at the time, and that if he wasn't the way that he looks in a conservative state, I mean, come on. Come on.
But this motel incident led to a lengthy investigation, and ultimately, Shortey pleaded guilty to child sex trafficking just last week.
Wow. Wow, 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 wow. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Okay, here we go. So let's... Actually, there's a news story I had. Ralph Shortey. Look at this. He's got a Wikipedia page. Look at this. Look at this. Okay, NBC News. Look at this guy, dude. He can't even grow like a whole beard. Okay, here we go. NBC News. Former Oklahoma State Senator sentenced to 15 years on child SA charge. Ralph Shortey was arrested in March 2017 after police found him in a suburban Oklahoma City motel room with a then 17-year-old. Guys, what were you doing March 2017? What was I doing? March 2017. What was I doing? What was I doing? I'm trying to think. I usually travel in March. I was probably like on a plane or a road trip or something. So, guys, I love road trips, man. I'm from the West Coast. So, like, we always drive. Like, we would drive from, like, Seattle to Alaska. We would drive from, like, Seattle to San Diego, Seattle to Vegas, Seattle to like Montana. Don't ask why. But like now that I'm on the East Coast and I can drive to Boston in like 8.5 hours or 9 hours, dude, like people, I don't understand why people on the East Coast don't road trip more. You know what I mean? So anyways, Oklahoma City, a former Republican state senator in Oklahoma was sentenced to 15 years. Well, at least he got a good amount of time, right? 15 years. Let me stop this stupid advertisement here. Whatever. Okay. For child SA and trafficking, U.S. District Judge Timothy DeGusti handed down the sentence to Ralph Shortey, who faced sentences between 10 years and life in prison. DeGusti ordered Shortey to serve 10 years of supervised probation once he's released from prison, and said he will impose a fine of up to $250,000. He pleaded guilty in November in exchange for prosecutors dropping 3 child porn charges against him. So he had child porn too, guys. Oh no. God, this guy. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Look at that guy, dude. Man, oh man. Man, oh man. Like I said, guys, to me, and I don't care if I get dinged for this, you know, they caught him beyond a reasonable doubt. There should be none of this. He should just get instant life. You know what I'm saying? Or have his life ended. But anyways, I don't want to get into that. But anyways, he said at the time that the plea deal was in the best interest of him and his family. Shortey was arrested in March 2017 after they found him in the hotel. Police were acting on a tip from the teen's father when they went to the motel and said they smelled the Mary Jane coming from the room. You guys, do you remember Mary Jane's, the candy? Mary Jane candy. Dude, I love these things, man. I like peanut butter. Look at these Mary Janes, man. I love these things, man. But I remember I used to only eat them around Halloween because that was the only time that I would get them is in my Halloween candy bag. But like I don't actually go out and want to like buy Mary Janes. It didn't even occur to me that you could actually buy them, right? But these are so good, man. So good. It's like a peanut butter chew. But if you have braces, they will mess your braces up, dude. That's what happened to me. Look at that, man. Oh, they have a retro candy birthday gift box. That's what I'm talking about. O. Henry's. Who remembers O. Henry's, man? Yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah, man. Guys, put in the comments all the Halloween candy that you didn't like. This guy's selling a pretzel for $10,000? What? You know what? I'm not going to even justify that with a collect. All these Smarty Stop peanut butter bars were good too, man. Yeah, guys, put the candies that you liked for Halloween and the candies that were shitty that you always got. Like, what was it? Dots candy? Not what are the not the regular flavored dots, guys, but the black dots. Yeah, crows. Blech. Yuck. These are gross, dude. No way. I don't know who invented these, but dude. Why do you ruin kids' hopes and dreams, man? Look at macaroni and cheese gummies. Yuck. Look at that, man. And you know what? People don't like Smarties, man. People used to complain about Smarties and their Halloween bags. I love Smarties, man. These things are good. Look at that. Smarties, man. Yeah. Smarties were good. What is it? You used to get the 100 grand minis candy. Yeah, the 100 grands, man. Those were good too. Yeah. And the little boxes of nerds. Boxes of nerds. Candy. Look at that. Yeah, we used to get these too. Yeah, man. What were some of the rare ones? What are those nasty things with the what are those called? Mellow wafers? Candy? Am I wrong? Necco wafers. Those look like freaking Alka-Seltzers, dude. This is such an old person's candy. You know what I mean? Like, here you go, little guy. Happy Halloween. Oh, and guys, I hate Red Hots too, man. Red Hots is nasty. Gross. Yuck. Red Hots, and then what's that liquor that has Fireball liquor. Ugh. I mean, if it's, hey, look, if we're ever out and you want to buy me a shot, hey, I'll drink it. Oh, and Charleston Chews. Oh, guys. Okay, these are disgusting. Okay, and I will say, I will go on record and say, Charleston Chews are worse than black licorice crows, and I'll tell you why. Okay? Because you at least know crows are going to be crap when you first get them. Because they're black licorice. I mean, they can't beat anything else. But Charleston Chews, if you don't know what they are, it looks like chocolate. Like, this is going to be good. And then you take a bite in it and your dreams come crumbling down. Oh, man. Look at that. Who remembers Halloween, man? We used to go and just eat candy until we got sick. Man, that was so much fun. Oh, and these stupid wax bottles too, man. These are dumb. I don't like these either. But who remembers Runts? Yes, Runts. Candy. Oh man, Runts are so good, man. I think they actually have a package of just banana Runts, man. Runts are so good. They have like chewy Runts now, but just the regular ones are so good, man. Yeah. Oh, and then remember, everlasting gobstoppers. Yeah. Look at these, man. Look at those. These were good, man. No, but they're these one candies where they're in a wrapper. It's like a caramel cream candy. Caramel cream candy. Here they are. Whatever the hell these things are. Yuck. Caramel creams, man. You guys can keep these. And like I said, they trick you because they look so good. Right? You're like, ooh. And then from year to year, like, I would rarely ever get them, so I forget that I don't like these. Guys, I'm so off topic. I don't care. Guys, drop in the comments what candies that you liked on Halloween and what candies that you couldn't stand. Because, yeah, man, these were gross. Any black licorice was gross. And, of course, guys, look. Box. Mini. Guys, why? Why would people put boxes of raisins in your Halloween candy bag? Don't ever do that, man. Don't ever do that. And I like raisins too, man. I like raisins, you know, but not in place of my Halloween candy. You know what I mean? Raisinets. Oh, you guys remember these? Yeah, look at that. So good. Yeah. Anyways, I digress. Back to good old Ralph here. Okay, let's see. Okay, so this is the interview that he did with KOCO5 News. Okay, so this is before he got caught. So let's just check this out here.
Continuing our conversation with State Senator Ralph Shortey about changing some of the language in the state questions that you approved a couple months ago having to do with criminal justice.
Oh, so she interviewed him and then she's doing the whole story on his arrest. Oh, imagine how weird that must be, right? So, yeah.
Justice reform. Just got this question in from Phyllis. She said, Mr. Shortey, if you did not read the bill before you voted on it, how do we have confidence that you were reading the legislation that you're currently
Well, I, like every other voter, read the ballot title.
Yeah, Ralph. So did he admit that or something? Oops. Man, you're just not a good guy all the way around there, Ralph.
When I agreed with the intent of the ballot title, but there were a lot of changes in the actual statutes, and that's, you know, this is not like a constitutional amendment. This was a statutory change done through it.
Hey guys, if your beard is all scraggly like this, just don't even try and grow it. I mean, like, look at that. You know, I can grow like a full beard, right? But like, look, you're trying to force it there, Ralph. Just pull out the goatee or something. But what are you doing? Look at that, man. Or at least take like a marker and and fill it in, bro. What are you doing?
The constitutional process. And so no, I didn't go through and read the 27 sections of law that were changed, and there were a lot of changes. In fact, we even dealt with pawnbrokers in State Question 780 and different property crimes.
So when were these changes made?
Oh, they were made through the state question. The 200-word summary only summarizes what most of the intent of the state question is.
Right.
And so that's what I was going off of when I voted for it. Just like most of the voters out there, I would say.
Yeah, but you're the... You see what he just did? He's like, well, I just did what the voters did. Yeah, but dude, you're a lawmaker, man. Like, you're a senator. You're supposed to do... Am I the only one that caught that, guys? I mean, honestly, like, well, I didn't read it, just like all you guys who voted, but you're a senator, you knucklehead. Like, your vote... All right, anyways, guys, I don't like politicians anyways, so... So this isn't, particularly, I'm already biased against this guy.
But, I didn't know that we had these proximity crimes, and I'll be honest, I didn't know that we were changing the pawnbrokers portions of the law as well in State Question 780. And so, the intent, I think, is very clear, and I agree entirely with the intent. The implementation of this, though, especially with 781, is not good at all. In fact, when I read the ballot title for 781 and saw that OMES was mentioned in it, then I was out on that one already.
I want to get to this one also from our Facebook from Debbie. Why didn't he voice these concerns before the election instead of trying to change what voters approved?
Well, most of the concerns, particularly with like the proximity crimes, came to me after the election. We had, had some district attorneys and some teachers.
This is basically him saying, see, basically, what had happened was... So, I don't know anything about this, but it sounds like he goofed, right? And this is him trying to be like, well, I listened to my voters and my constituents, and I think that y'all should be able to, he doesn't really have a southern accent, but... I'm a man of the people, and I believe that I should have an open door or open cell phone policy. I'll do an interview, and y'all can text me any type of questions that y'all feel that I should answer, because I'm transparent.
Law enforcement that said, we've opened up this, misdemeanor possession on school grounds. And so I went and looked into the law and
Isn't
saw
it
that.
within 1,000 feet, or isn't it not on school grounds? Like someone can't be shooting up meth on the side of a playground. Isn't it within a certain?
No, it completely removed it from the statute, and that's what I'm saying is that section of law that talked about the proximity crime. So it was within 1,000 feet, but that included the school grounds or the parks or wherever, recreational areas of higher education. There's a whole list in that section. That was completely removed by State Question 780. And so I think we ought to think about putting those restrictions back in. I don't think it needs to be 1,000 feet, but at least it should not be on the grounds of a school or playground or a park where kids are going to visit. People shouldn't be doing drugs there, and I think we need to make it clear that if you do drugs on a school ground, then you're going to have enhanced penalties. It's going to be more than just a misdemeanor.
It's going to be a
so
felony.
Go somewhere else. Go somewhere else and go to your home or whatever.
Yeah, they don't do that. I don't think that they have that. They don't enforce it in Washington State, man. Because I've seen pictures of people just straight up like zonked out on fentanyl on swing sets and stuff, and the cops just walk right on by. So,
And this question from Robert, he says it seems like it's just another example of a legislator refusing to listen to the will of the people. What do you say to that?
Well,
yeah, guys, it seems like he stepped in it, dude, and he's trying to do his dodge, dip, duck, dive, and dodge tour at this point, and then he gets busted for trafficking a young an underage person too. Man, this guy's a real knucklehead, man.
And I don't blame Robert for having that opinion, because the bill has been completely mischaracterized in the print media. We've the first article said that it's on the chopping block, and I was very clear with the reporter when I said I don't intend or nor do I want to repeal State Question 780, but there are concerns, specific minutia concerns that need to be looked at, especially with the implementation. There's no guarantee in 780 that anybody is going to receive rehabilitation services. The guarantee is that they could have up to a year in the county jails. And so we need to write that into the law. We need to write a mechanism that allows these people that need help to be able to get the help, because it's not currently written into the law.
Okay, again, want to be clear, you are not saying we're repealing, we're getting rid of State Question 780 after voters already passed it. You're saying we need to change some of the language, and that's all we've ever said here is you're just wanting to change,
Right.
tweak some of the language, and maybe include a little bit more into it. TJ says, make no mistake about it, this is a dangerous precedent for democracy when the voice of the people can be changed. And people agree. We already voted on this. We voted on the language legally to go back in and manipulate it and change it. People are very hesitant about the precedents that it sets.
Well, and I'll tell you, the proponents of the state questions have already proposed changes to the language, and that's what
Okay.
confuses me about this conversation is stuff that wasn't fixed. Chris Steele said to one of the representatives who talked to me last night. He said we need to make tweaks. We didn't fully consider the Department of Mental Health having the accounts and things like that. So those are the types of things that need to be in, because implementation of this.
Politics speak, guys. And this is why I could never get into politics, guys. It's blah 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 blah.
Under the current structure, how it's written currently, is not going to be implemented very well, especially when you have the director of OMS that controls everything. He controls how the money is determined.
You keep referencing that. You might want to tell everybody OMES.
OMS is the Oklahoma Management Enterprise Services Agency. It's basically the financial agency for every state agency. Most of the consolidation has gone under OMS for all these state agencies. And quite honestly, my opinion of them is not very high. I think everything they touch just turns to garbage for the most part. The consolidation efforts have been implemented terribly, and they shouldn't be handling this. They should let the professionals handle it, and that's the Department of Mental Health. So we just had a bill this last week that moved the money that's going to be generated by 781 over to mental health. So that's a change of the stats of the state.
Guys, that's how most governmental organizations work, right? So there's always one agency that kind of handles the money, right? And in places like California, okay, I understand what some of them try and do to centralize that, but then what happens is that there can be times where there's no oversight at that organization, right? And then what ends up is in California, there's all these billions of dollars put into the homeless that's given to the city treasury, and then they give it to the non-profits, and there's no oversight over the Treasury Department and the nonprofits that they give the money to, which is bad, right? And then there was a government agency. It was I forget which one, but they were the ones that were having all the parties and in Vegas and all this other stuff. Hold on. Government organization. Lavish parties. What was it called? GSA. That's it. Yes. Why could I not remember that? Look at that. Well, here's the one with the IRS. And then look, this was a big deal. GSA is like, they do the oversight for the General Services Administration. They do a lot of the contracts and all that other stuff. Yeah, Martha Johnson, chief of the General Services Administration, and 2 of her top executives resigned today. You would too if you spent over $800,000 of taxpayers' money on an extravagant conference off the Las Vegas Strip. Guys, read this whole story, man. I can talk about this on a live, but GSA, like, they do a lot of the purchasing. They oversee all the buildings and stuff. So they're one of the money people. And look, let's just break this down, and then we'll get back to good old Knucklehead here. Look at this. How it breaks down in 2010. The meal is expenses. So their per diem was $71 a day, $31,000 a networking reception that featured $19 per person American artisanal cheese display and $7,000 in sushi, $3,200 on a session with a mind reader. What? $5,600 for in-room parties, $104,000 in employee travel costs to scout the event meeting. These people, they returned to Vegas multiple times to visit hotels. $3,700 for t-shirts, $2,800 in water bottles, $1,500 for burst-in scallop potato with Barolo wine braised short ribs, and a $525 bartender fee for a cash bar. 3 of the officials spent $400 each for rented tuxedos. There was $1,840 for vests for the 19 regional ambassadors and other employees. $146,527 was spent on catered food during the entire conference. $6,325 was spent on commemorative coins and velvet boxes to award all the participant work on stimulus projects. And it's $75,000 for team building exercises. The goal was to build bicycles which would be donated to boys and girls clubs. And there's more details. Wow. We feel that this one deserves a special shout out. Another agency employee sought a discount on a $98 purse. She received a $30 break. Wow. Look at that, guys. Look at that. Anyways, I digress.
State question that needed to happen that was supported by the proponents of State Question 781. That's the kind of stuff I'm talking about. There are changes that need to happen in order to implement this properly.
Let me ask you, in an ideal world, we've already used this. We've already said we want criminal justice reform. Our prisons are overcrowded. We're spending way too much money on this. It'd be cheaper and morally maybe more effective to treat these people and not just lock them up and slap them with a felony, a scarlet letter for the rest of their lives. What would you do?
Good luck doing that in Oklahoma. You really think that that's going to happen in Oklahoma? Come on, man.
What would you rewrite this in a perfect world? What would you like to see happen 780, 781?
Well, I think the two issues with 780 are proximity crimes. I think those need to be fully vetted.
So take it back to 1,000 feet from.
I don't think
it
needs. I don't think it needs to be 1,000 feet, but definitely on school grounds and some other areas there.
So that's something you'll be pushing for?
use in front of a minor child. If you're shooting up heroin in front of a 9-year-old,
it should be.
You guys, the irony, right? Oh my gosh, the hypocrisy, right? Oh, you guys. What a scumbag. What a piece of trash.
Be a felony.
There should be some enhanced penalties. I don't know if it needs to
Okay.
be a first-time felony, but it absolutely should be some enhanced penalties. There should be a point where you say, don't do that.
Okay.
For the most part, though, the rest of the possession charges, I'm fine with, and I think I voted for it and agreeing that we change some of those possessions. But implementation is absolutely important. If people really need help and they really need the rehabilitation service, which I support entirely, then the money needs to go there. Right now, there's no guarantee in 781 the money is going to go there. There's no process for a county to go even apply for that money. There's no grant process written into the law, and we're going to rely on a director of OMES, according to 781, to even promulgate the rules with no oversight by anybody else.
So we have a crappy pervert politician talking trash about what seems to be another crappy state-appointed political appointed person. So, guys, we actually have footage of right after his sentencing here. Hold on. There we go. This is from the Oklahoman. So I guess, guys, people from Oklahoma are Oklahomans. I know that Minnesota people are Minnesotans, right? So Washingtonians, Oregonians, Californians, New Yorkers. What is New Jersey, guys? I'm not gonna even speculate. Drop in the comments if you guys know.
The judge gave Mr. Shortey 15 years. He was facing life in prison, and the government had requested 25 years.
Actually, sorry guys. Let's go back to the article here. Hold on. Here. So yeah, the child porn charges dropped. He said at the time that the plea deal was in his best interest of him and his family. Look at that. Shortly, he resigned after his arrest, and here we go. Police had accused the married father of 4 of hiring the teen for adult relations. Look, Shortey resigned after the arrest, and his wife obtained a divorce earlier this year. Good. I'm glad she divorced his sorry behind. A police report indicated a search of the teen's tablet uncovered a series of explicit exchanges in which Shortey referred to the teen as baby boy and offered him cash in exchange for sex stuff. The FBI also found that Shortey had previously used fake names to send and receive child porn and go on Craigslist to seek casual encounters with males, quote, the younger the better. Shortey was twice elected in district covering South Oklahoma City and parts of 2 suburbs. Wow. Wow.
I believe, based on Mr. Shortey's tragic background, that the judge
Tragic background.
did the right thing and showed him some leniency.
And we didn't quite hear, you guys requested he be sent to a certain facility, is that right?
Segoville, it's a facility in Texas that has sex offender treatment.
Ultimately, would that be up to the Bureau of Prisons to decide?
It will. The judge can make a recommendation, but ultimately it's based on where they...
What's with these lawyers getting these tans? Do they just think that it makes them look like more professional if they have got like a strong tan going on? Like, what's his name from Better Call Saul? What's his name? Howard from Better Call Saul. Let's see. Call Saul. Yeah, look. Dude, if you guys haven't watched this show, you guys gotta watch this show. The show is incredible, man. Incredible. What a great, and this is what she's one of the best characters, not just female characters, but one of the best characters in any show. So, guys, check out Better Call Saul, man. It's great. Okay.
They have room.
Is there 10 years of supervised release? Was that what we heard correctly?
That's correct. It was basically 15 years in prison. He'll get credit for the year that he's been in. He'll have to serve 85% of what's left, and then he'll be on probation for 10 years when he gets out.
Did you get a chance to speak with Shortey? What did he tell you?
In a difficult case like this, where he was looking at life in prison and the government wanted between 25 and 30 years, we were hoping the judge would show some leniency, and he did. This is a tragic case all the way around for my client.
Oh, please, your client's a piece of trash.
For the public, for everybody involved. And we appreciate the judge listening to the evidence and making what we think was a fair decision.
Well, did he tell you anything after the sentence came down? Did you get a chance?
I'm not going to say what my client told me after. So.
Well, did he think it was fair?
He think
Did the client think it was fair?
We believe it was a fair sentence.
This morning you also brought
That's what they call a political answer, guys.
in a witness. Just talk to us a little bit about what his role was and what did he speak about?
We hired an investigator in this case to look more closely into Mr. Shortey's background and what the general public, but for this, never would have. Strike that. The general public, but for this case, would never have known that Mr. Shortey grew up in poverty on a Native American reservation in South Dakota. They would never know that he was subjected to horrific abuse by a series of stepfathers and boyfriends of his mother.
So that makes it okay for, like, so that's cause for him to want to solicit young boys, huh? Okay, right on. Knuckleheads.
They would never know that he was shot by his brother when he was 3 years old. And all of those factors, the poverty, the tragedy, went into the behaviors that led us here today.
Tell us a little bit about his testimony. What did you think about it? You know,
I thought what he had to say was very heartfelt. He didn't make excuses. He asked for forgiveness. He said that he would respect anything that the judge decided, and in the end, we do.
you and the judge have said this case is tragic. That word keeps getting thrown around. How come?
It's tragic because my client overcame so much from his childhood to become a business owner and become a state senator. And those demons that followed him.
Please, I knew he was going to say that. Guys, oh my gosh. He's saying it's tragic because he did all this. And then because of these demons that he couldn't control, ended up, come on, man, come on. No, he made the decision. And this is where he is.
From his past led to the self-destructive behavior. So at this point, his life is destroyed, his family's life is destroyed, the victim's life is destroyed, and
there's the interrogation, guys. We'll watch that in the next video, guys. You notice he said victim, but he has victims plural. Okay,
and you've got somebody who did everything he could to do the right thing, but couldn't overcome his past.
Please, come on, guys. But hey, I guess this is the type of lawyer you want, right? Someone that can, that can kind of, reconstruct the truth in a way that doesn't, that's in your favor. So,
as far as placement goes, forgive me if you already brushed on this. Why did you guys request that one?
Proximity to Oklahoma. It's going to be important for him to be able to see his kids, and at the same time, it's going to be important for him to be able to get the treatment that the judge ordered.
Clearly, his family is very important to him because he can very visibly, you can hear him sniffling, you can hear the crying. That seems like
that's truly the most tragic part of all of this is his wife and his kids. They didn't ask for any of this, and
well, that's true. I mean, I can give him that lawyer that is true.
I can tell everybody that throughout the course of this, how much he let down his family and the effect it's had on them is something that he has been the most concerned about. He was far less concerned about the overall outcome, whatever the judge's decision was going to be. His true concern is for his wife and his children.
And he also talked about how this is affecting the public as well, having a distrust with people of his nature. So how does he, as well as other people of his statute, be able to get that trust back from the public?
he's wearing. Something about... Look at what he... Look. Batman animated series. Joker. I knew it. I couldn't place with it. With the purple and the green. He's dressed like the Joker, dude. Look at that. Look at Fuck you guys, I swear. Something was bothering me this whole time. And I was like, dude, what is it about this guy? Oh, man, look at that. Look at that, man. He looks like the Joker from Batman the Animated Series. Yeah. Hold on. Jack Nicholson Joker. Look at that, man. But he looks more like the animated series because of the color, right? You see the one on the original animated. If you guys haven't watched Batman the Animated Series, guys, please go watch the whole thing. It's so good. This is the best cartoon ever made, hands down. And I'm putting this over Thundercats. I'm putting this over Voltron. I'm putting this over a lot of OG ones. This is the best cartoon ever made. I mean, like, that was, like, other than, like, you know, something that's, like, Invincible or, like, Spawn. But those are for adults on, like, HBO and stuff. But, guys, if you have not watched this cartoon, check it out. It's amazing. It really, really is. They actually when they were animating this, they drew this on black paper. Think about that. They would take a flat, like, black piece of paper and draw all the animation on black paper. Look at that, man. Oh, man. Why so serious, right? Look at that. Look at the first person here. It says, many of us have tragic events as children, but we don't do this type of behavior. There are victims that will never be the same again. Facts. Look, this person says, it's a shame that what this attorney feels is tragic is that he couldn't overcome his childhood and the effects will have on his family. But what about the effects of the victim? Facts. Facts. Everyone here agrees with us, guys. Crimes aren't tragedies, they're crimes. He should have got a lot more time in prison. Facts. Facts. Yeah. All right, let's finish this.
That's a tough question.
That's a tough question.
I think that you have to look at all elected officials as individuals, and it doesn't matter what you're elected to, they're still human beings, and they're still human beings that have pasts and backgrounds that affect.
Guys, I hate when people say that, right? Because I understand that it's implied, but okay, if you say that a cop who are supposed to hold a higher standard, when they become the faceless men and women of the law, they quote unquote cease to be able to have that they're human beings a defense. Okay, we give you that public trust for a reason. That they're human beings is often used as a cop-out to excuse bad behavior. It's BS. And I refuse to hear that about a public servant of any kind, you know?
Affect their behavior up until present day. And, you know, I think that, you know, I like to think that the public understands that just because one or two or three or more politicians do something that they may not like, that public service as a whole.
That they may not like. Come on, man.
It's an honorable profession.
It's suggested in the sentencing memorandum, I take it because the government responded,
He was prosecuted in federal court for spectacle. Those were the words that they said that you said in the sentencing memorandum. Do you feel that way? And what do you mean by that?
I believe that, especially in light of the judge's comments in court today about evidence.
Well, this guy is wearing a Joker outfit because he is a clown. Guys, so I guess he's fittingly dressed. You know what I mean? This guy's a clown.
Being filed openly and not under seal by the prosecution, that had the prosecution wanted more facts of this case to remain in the courtroom and outside the public view, they could have. However, the prosecution chose to file both their sentencing memorandum and their reply to my sentencing memorandum in public.
Good, and they should have.
And included in that were police reports, were pictures, were statements of a graphic nature that had absolutely no bearing, in my opinion, on what the judge was going to decide on today.
Who believes that, guys? And also, too, you know, they're going to try and probably redact as much as the story as possible. So, you know, that the prosecution said, look, like, we want the public to know. The public deserves to know what this knucklehead did.
If he'd been still prosecuted in state court, he would have gotten a lot less than 15 years.
If he'd been prosecuted in state court, he would have gotten far less than 15 years. And this was a very serious case, but
they really think that if he'd have been prosecuted in state court, that he would have got a lot less than 15 years in Oklahoma? Please tell me that isn't true.
Given the magnitude of cases that you normally see in federal courts, this was far below what's normal in the federal courthouse.
Given what he was convicted on, child sex trafficking, are you worried for his safety in prison at all?
He'll go to a facility where almost everybody else there will be sex offenders. So they do that on purpose for that very reason.
And he will have to register as a sex offender, I'm assuming, right?
When he gets out, yes.
For life?
Yes.
That's good.
And also, I believe there's another hearing date for money to be paid.
For restitution, the judge hasn't set that date yet. Federal law says that in any case involving a minor child, the court has to hear evidence as to if any money's owed, and we don't know when that's going to be.
So, guys, he ended up having to pay, I think it was like $250,000. But let's just see him leaving the courthouse, and then we will shut this down. And then the next video, we will dive into the interrogation, guys. I think I'll probably do that in 2 parts, and then we'll get back to our regular TCAP programming. But let's go to him leaving the courtroom. Did he shave? Look at that. Look at that. This is him leaving the courtroom.
Mike, did you hear Ed's response okay?
All of discovery and just go from there. So
this is
because we
before
haven't had an
the end of the
opportunity to look at any of the evidence
Sorry,
yet.
guys. Look at that. Look at him shaved.
All right. One more block.
Look at that. So, guys, let me know what you think, man. You know, this guy, unbelievable, man. Unbelievable. Oh, this is when they arrested him. No, they didn't arrest him that night. Okay. Anyways, guys, let me know what you think. So we're gonna go over the interrogation next.
Well, I'd like to tell you on the phone.
And yeah, guys, you know, it's sad. It's sad. You know, this guy was married. He had kids. He was a public servant. He was a piece of trash. And yeah, guys, it's unfortunate. And I really, really, really hope that, I don't know, I wish he would have got more time. I hope he's having a miserable time in prison. And yeah, guys, this is AJ. I appreciate you guys. Like, subscribe. I'm out of here. Have a good one, guys.